Hello, everyone. Hey, Miss Cindy with Cindy Hearts Crochet. Thank you for stopping by. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm here. I'm a little late. I was over at Dana's. I mean, not Dana's, Kelly's. And I was boxing up stuff and getting stuff ready to ship out tomorrow. Welcome in, Dana, with Creatively Created Crochet, the Triple C and Joe Show. Kay's Crochet Haven, Marina's Crochet Sew and Tell, Granny D's in the house, Marshall Hurley, Sweet Tea, Teresa Patton, Wendy Bell. Thank y'all for coming in and spending some time with me here in our crochet corner. It's not mine, it's ours. I'm trying to get it pulled up on my phone, so bear with me a minute so I can see where I don't have to keep looking away. We've got some things to discuss tonight. Everybody's packages will be mailed tomorrow. It was 7 winners, and I'll finish packing everything up tonight and sending all that stuff out. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, don't want to make sure. So I'm trying to figure out how to pull it up on my other computer here where I can see it. I think I figured it out. Let me mute it so I can see everybody's comments and won't be looking back. I think I figured it out. Let me mute it. Oh, everything's running slow on this one. I can see everybody's comments and won't be looking back. I think I figured it out. Hold on, everybody. Let me mute it. Okay, there we go. I'm over 1,500 subscribers now. So it'll be a giveaway coming up for that. Y'all still have time to get in on the 50 for me, 50 for you giveaway that's being hosted by Priscilla with Distinctive Crochet. And she's in the house tonight. She always leaves me running. She can't stay. She does family night in the evening time, so I completely understand that. But you still got time. That will end on the 3rd at midnight. So if you hadn't checked that out, and everybody else that's participating in it, make sure you go do that. And actually, the day that she's drawing her winner, it's my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, which is March the 4th. That was my first video that I put out. So I'm going to give her time to complete her celebration. Then I will do my celebration next week. I will be reaching out to some content creator channels to participate in that. I will not be doing money. I have collaborated with a couple of other content creators that makes different things related to crocheting and everything else. So I will be doing that giveaway on that side of things where you get something that someone else has made. It's going to be nice. It's going to be good. So I will send out emails probably tomorrow to the other content creators and give them time to give me their feedback and if they want to be part of it. If anyone in the chat tonight wants to, just leave me a message and I will shoot you an email. About it. It's nothing that y'all have to do. It's going to be kind of like what Priscilla's doing now, but it's not going to be money. It's not going to be a gift card. And then after I get that celebration over, then we'll turn around and do the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. Because I'm boxing up stuff now, getting it ready to ship tomorrow from the 1K subscriber giveaway. So I hope everybody's doing good. Let me see who I've missed. If I've missed anybody that's came in, welcome in, Caitlin Makes, aka Lorraine. How are you tonight? And that's one thing that I'm gonna start doing. I understand we have people that troll our channels that only subscribe to you when you're doing a giveaway, and as soon as you pick your winners, they unsubscribe from you. That's all fine and good too. I mean, it's gonna happen. So thank you, Cindy. Yes, I hit 1,500. Couldn't do it without my sister Dana and brother Joe. They help us out a lot. They are just wonderful. Welcome in, Sarah's Little Corner of the Crochet World. How are you? I've been chit-chatting back and forth with a lot of y'all today because we've been in some lives today. I'm going to show y'all what I've worked on. Some of it I can't show because my daughter took some of it home with her because some of it was for her. I haven't quite finished this, but this is my Kari Keyhole scarf by our cousin Angie with Loving Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. And I did this in the Premier Puzzle. I still got my tassel to put on. And I used black as an accent color. Then I got 2 of the mystery boxes from Mary Maxim. And I got the same exact yarn in both of them. And I didn't do an unboxing. I probably should have, but I didn't. But they had some yarn in there that I fell in love with. And I've used almost all of the yarn that came in the box already. I went right on to crocheting with it. But they had some of the Premier Toy Box yarn. I've never had that yarn before. And when I felt it, I said, oh, you finna get made into something right now. And that is it. That light. Let me just cut it off. Right there. And it is in the Lincoln Logs. I said, well, I'm going to make a blanket. It was 6 skeins. And it was 109 yards per skein. It's a bulky 5. And it's 100% acrylic. So I said, well, I'm going to. And they had a pattern, the blanket on there, which is Follow the Leader baby blanket right there. I said, well, I'm going to go in here and pull it up, and I'm going to print it, and I'm going to make it. And I did. And this, and I just put a single crochet border around it. But I love that yarn. And I had some left over. I said, I'm going to make a Follow the Leader pillow to go along with it. So I made a Follow the Leader pillow to go with it. And I'm trying to use up the yarn. I had just a little bit left. So I made a little. My husband said it looked like a big old goose egg. But I made a little egg out of it. No pattern for that in the pillow. I just freehanded it. I just went with the. Well, this I just used the stitch, the foundation chain recommendation and made the pillow. And that's a 16-inch pillow insert from Walmart. And I used the Premier Serenity Chunky in the Cloud Dancer for the white part of it. So, and then of course back there on my mannequin is the yeah, I got everything on my desk. Somewhere buried up underneath here is the pattern by, oh, it fell on the floor. The Crochet Cow Neck Poncho pattern by Bag O' Day, Crystal from Bag O' Day. I'll show you the picture of it. And I use the Caron Big Cakes right here. In Blueberry Scone. I love, let me move out y'all's way. I love it. It's right back there on the mannequin. And it's cold and wet and raining today. I started to put it on, but I didn't want to get it wet. But if it wasn't raining, it's cold enough to wear it. Welcome in, Zach, with Mukbangs and More. How are you tonight? Michelle Langdon, welcome in. But what I want to start doing is once a month, do a giveaway. But I want to collaborate with other creators that do patterns, make stitch markers, whether it's anything crochet, knit related, because I understand some people knit, like Granny D. She's talented enough to knit and crochet. So, and coordinate with them because I love supporting the small businesses. It could be a crochet bag that some of our content creators make. I can name quite a few. You got T-Doddles, you got Miss Billy, the Crafty Floridian, you got Ella from No Catchy Name Crochet. Oh, it's a bunch of them. Those three just came to my mind. It could be, you know, it could be a bag. It could be, because and you may get yarn along with it. Just depends on what the giveaway is, because like Granny D said, she's having to give away yarn because she's constantly getting yarn, and you're fixing to get another box of yarn from me. And you just got a box from him not too long ago. So, and Dana, you're getting a big box of yarn. So what do y'all think about that? And if y'all know of any good, welcome in, Brenda. It's okay. Look, better late than never. I was late to yours today too, so. But I was trying to be Superwoman or something. I was in Veronica Still the Show Crochet Live. I was in Joe's live, and I was in somebody else's live too. I was like Brenda, going back and forth, back and forth. And then if I start commenting on anybody's live and then all of a sudden I stop, I'm okay. A lot of times I'm at work and I got trucks to move. Oh, I didn't pull them down, but if you look right up there, there's one of the Mr. Purrs-a-Lot, and there's a Mr. Purrs-a-Lot. I made two. I fell in love with them, and I'm gonna have to make some more because both of my grandbabies want those. And I told them just wait till after tonight, and then they can take them home with them tomorrow. Yeah, Tab Ministry. I think I had somebody pulled up on my husband's account today. Yeah, they are. They are really cute, and they are easy to make. When I get home in the evening times, last week my husband was home all week. When I get home in the evening times, I fix us something to eat, We sit around a little bit. We talk. Welcome in, Miss Judy with Crochet Every Day with Judy. Thanks for coming by. And Ariel Williams, Fiber Floozy Crafts. Welcome in. Y'all know y'all are always welcome here. I tell you all the time, this is not my crochet corner, it's our crochet corner. I wished I could fit all y'all in here. Welcome in, Ariel Williams, if I haven't said it. And if anybody wants, y'all know I don't care. Y'all can share out each other's links and grab each other up, show each other support and love. That's just how we do it. Yeah, my mind is drawing a blank. I'm gonna cut this other light on up here so it's not so dark. Had a little stressful day today because we got a driver out in Texas and freight just ain't what it. Yeah, but it happens every year. I shouldn't be. I mean, I'm not surprised. And then everything wants to be. I fell asleep while crocheting or fell asleep while knitting. Right, Granny D. But Wendy, they're real easy to make. Her pattern is awesome. Awesome. I'm not in Texas, Fiber Floozy. I'm in Alabama. I do have family in Texas, though, in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. And then I have a brother that's in Bryan, Texas. And I got a first cousin and an aunt that lives in the around the Houston area. My uncle passed away. Been a year now. And then his son was my cousin, which was his son, was killed in a car accident like a couple of months after my uncle passed. But now I'm originally from Louisiana, but I've been in Alabama since '97. But after we get something to eat and we sit around, we chit chat for a little while, we start watching TV and I start crocheting. And I can get his whole body made in an evening. And then the next day I come back and I do his ears and his nose, put his eyes on. The first one I made, I didn't have the felt to go under them. And I caught myself crocheting some to go under there, but it didn't look right. So I just put the eyes on there with no felt. And then we went to Walmart and I bought some felt. Santa Fe and Fort Worth. My driver right now is hanging out in Weatherford, Texas. He will load in Carrollton, Texas in the morning, coming back to Montgomery, Alabama. So I got him close to home. And I try to get him as close to Selma as I possibly can. Welcome in. I'm not fixing to kill your name. If there's an easy way to say it. Maheshwan. I might can say that, but welcome in, welcome in. Glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. But that's what I want to start doing is do a giveaway once a month. It might be a small one, might be, just depends. But I want to utilize other creators and help support them because we're going to support the yarn companies regardless. It could be a Furls crochet hook. Could be one that I got back there that I never use. Some of them I don't care for. And I'll show you the ones I don't care for. Now, I got one of these that I do use that was a gift to me from one of the YouTubers. and I will not be giving it away. I don't give away nothing that I get. But these Odysseys, I do not like. Do I like the way they crochet? I do. But they're a bit too heavy for me. And I have them in a 3.75 because I do crochet with thread. A 6, a 5, and a 5.5 in the Odysseys. So you may get one of those. Nothing wrong with them. Well, I guess for me having my blind open, the sun has turned the gold tone to silver, but it's not peeling or flaking or anything. Some of them I've never even used. And they sit in one of the Furls hook caddies, I call them. But one of the YouTubers gifted me a Odyssey, and I will not give that one away. And then I have all the wood ones. Now I like crocheting with the wood ones with certain yarn though. Certain yarn it does not. Yeah, I love my thread too, Dana, but I've got a lot of it back there. I got to see what all I got, and I know you've been doing a lot more crocheting with it than me, so you may be getting another box from me. Yeah, so if there's any craft families out there that want to contribute or help out in any kind of way, my email will be in the description box down below. Y'all can email me, but once a month I will be doing a giveaway. It's gonna be just because giveaway. No special thing or anything like that. Just because. Seen something about Montgomery. Miss Cindy, local yarn shops in Montgomery. I don't know if we have any like what I would call the mom and pop yarn shops. I have not ventured off downtown Montgomery to see. There's a Joann's, there's a Michael's, and there's a Hobby Lobby in Montgomery. But Prattville, to me, Michael's and Hobby Lobby is way better than the ones in Montgomery. Now, if I want to go to Joann's, I don't have a choice but to go to Montgomery. They have a good variety and selection of yarn at Joann's, but the Michael's in Montgomery, which is just in the same shopping center as Joann's, they don't have as much yarn as the one in Prattville. So I'll have to check that out and see if there is any local yarn shops. You want to try those Furls hooks? Now, I don't have it in here with me, but the Furl, let me pull it up on my phone and I'll tell you exactly. Now, I bought some of those, and I really like them. It's the Streamline Swirl brand. Now, I like those. They're the perfect weight and everything. But the package that I'm going to be getting in the mail one day this week is probably going to end up being my go-to hooks, which is also going to be part of my 1-year Potiversary giveaway. So it's going to be hooks, but y'all see what hooks they are. And they're made by one of our very own. Now, just like we got Brenda, the newbie crocheter, who does hooks. Her husband does the subscribe sign that you see back there on the yarn. You got Veronica with Steals of Show Crochet that does stitch markers. You got Rose Likes Crochet that does stitch markers. You got Ooh Ah Crochet, Amber, that does stitch markers. Well, I don't know, because I got to go and watch her video. I know she hasn't been doing a lot lately. And she uploaded a video not too long ago. And in it, she said she'll talk to us about her health. So we need to add her to the prayer list. Get her on the prayer list. I hadn't watched her video yet, so I don't know what's going on with her. Thread work is the reason you learned to crochet, Wendy? Yeah. I've made doilies and different things with it and all, but I can crochet with anything without any problem with my thumb or my hands, as long as it's not cotton. Cotton just does. Yeah. Now the yarn winder I got was a little cheap one off of eBay. Not eBay, Amazon. And it works good. I bought the wood one and it broke. It come with a little wood screw, and the hole that they bored out of the wood square on it, they didn't make it threaded. So I could just push the screw in and it wouldn't tighten down. So I bought this one. It's a skein holder. Well, that's what this, it goes in here. And this was less than $20. And you open it up like that. Mash that little button right there, and it, to put your hanks on. And it this is all metal, and that's what I wanted. This is all metal. And you just turn that little dial there to adjust to your table. And then when you're done with it, you just put it back in its container and store it. I don't get too many hanks though, because I'm not all about all the expensive yarn. Yeah, Brenda, it works wonderful. And then you can, if you don't have it opened up too far, you're doing a small hank and it's not a very big hank like our little mini skeins, you can just sit there and if you want to do it by hand. But the ball winder I got, I don't even see it. It's probably buried underneath some stuff over there. I usually have it on my table, but I've been working from home some, so I had to take it off my table. But it just stores right back in its little tube that it comes in, and it's plastic. And I probably never put it back in there the way it's supposed to go. And there it is. But it was a cheap ball winder too. I'm not paying all that money for that. And it cakes up the yarn good. This was a hank, and I caked it up. So it does good. And it's not tight. It's squishy. I watched somebody's video that said if you, when you cake your yarn up, if you can't still squish it, you got it wound too tight and you're damaging the fibers of it. So I try to keep that in mind. Does anybody want to come up on the panel? I'll drop that link. And if y'all want to join me, if y'all got any giveaways going on y'all's channel and y'all want to drop y'all's link or have someone, right, those somebody else had recommended that to me, and I took a leap of faith and bought it, and it works wonderful. I wanted something that had the metal construction. I didn't want nothing else wood, because my wood one is actually in there. I'm going to take it to my sister next time I go to Louisiana, because she does a lot of arts and crafts. She makes wreaths and all kind of stuff. And I said the little square pieces on there, she could take it apart and probably make a picture frame or something like that. You never know. She'll come up with something with it. Kay's Crochet Haven, you have a giveaway going on. Let me see if I can get in here and make you a moderator, and you can drop the link to that giveaway so people can go and check it out. Go and check it out. Welcome in, Flower Crochet Creations. Tammy, how are you tonight? All right. Kay with Kay's Crochet Haven, you should be able to go in there now and drop that link. Granny D has put her link to her giveaway in for reaching 3,000 subscribers. Yay! She's like the Jefferson. She's moving on up. Welcome in, Robin Rhodes. I'm doing good, doing good. I finished my antibiotic therapy last week, and I feel so much better. You don't know how to drop links. If you let somebody know what video it's in, somebody else can drop it for you. Yes. Just find out what the name of the video is, and they can go to your channel and drop that link for you. Caitlin makes. Lorraine. And when y'all get y'all's goodies in the mail and y'all surprises, I can't wait. And if y'all have a YouTube channel and you want to unbox it on YouTube, that's fine by me. I don't care. Feel free to do so. I would love to be a fly on the wall. Cause Priscilla won the crochet hooks, and I would love to be a fly on the wall when she opens her box of goodies. And if y'all, when y'all get y'all's pattern for Z's, the koozie and the yarn, and you make sure that y'all don't just share them with me, share them with her too. Welcome in, Rose Cottage Studio. How are you? Pennsylvania in the house. And y'all be careful with these scammers out there. I know Cinnamon Stitches got scammed last week. She did a video. Someone duplicated her channel, and was doing all kind of crazy messages and stuff. So y'all be mindful of that. I know I set my Instagram to private. So if you send me a request, I have to approve it. And I do research you to see, because I got a request from Granny D, and I sent her a snapshot of the request, and I waited on her to verify that it actually was her before I accepted it. So y'all just do whatever you got to do to protect yourself. Good, Miss Cindy. What kind of pattern are you writing? What's it for? It's fine, Wendy. My internet's probably running real slow tonight because it's raining. But we got a notice in the mail. Central Alabama Electric Company is providing all of their rural residents fiber optic internet, and they will start the construction third quarter of this year, and it will become available to us either in October, November, December, fourth quarter. So I'm excited about that because I'm getting that 1 gigabyte. Welcome in, Deanne Spencer. How are you tonight? Because I'll be able to put some videos out there now. I don't put as many as I want to because my internet is so bad and it takes forever for them to upload. I have to do it from my phone, and YouTube and phones don't go together. Welcome in, Angels, Dragonfly, Crochet, and Things. Yeah. I was over at Kelly's too up until time for me to come do my own live. Kelly is awesome. Yeah, fast internet is important today. And from my understanding with the fiber optic, the internet that'll be coming into our house will be just our internet. And the internet that'll be going to our office will be just for the office. Right now, we're on DSL, and everybody shares that internet. So a long back scrubber and our foot scrubber. I definitely need to make that. If I don't make it for nobody but my husband. And he'll probably tell you I need it just so I can scratch my own back with it. Are you using that scrubby yarn in it? Welcome in, God Rocks 2107. How are you tonight? We're doing good. That's fine, Rose Cottage Studio. What you working on? I'm actually working on Dana's pattern. Her light and airy cover up. And this is what I've gotten done so far. I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm using Mandala Ombre and Cool. So I'm probably going to make a couple in some of the what's the name of that yarn? I just told somebody today what was the name of that yarn. Not the Premier Rodeo. The Comfy Cotton. Probably going to be making some of them in the Comfy Cotton for the summertime. Thank you, Dana. I try. Look, I want to do you proud now. I can't muck up y'all stuff now. Y'all done put too much hard work and time and energy and everything else and love and all that stuff into your pattern. So I can't muck it up. Of course, when I get through, I'm going to shake it so you'll be able to see all of the stitching. And I'm actually using a 6.5 millimeter hook for my entire thing. And I'm using my old trusty Susan Bates, which I love Susan Bates hooks. I love the end line on them. To me, it works better when you welcome in Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Miss Laura, how are you up in the North Pole? Can you still feel your toes and your fingers and your nose? to me, it does better when you're going from a longer chain to a double crochet or anything like that. It helps. Welcome in, Sandrine McKinney, my sweet, lovely friends that I actually got to meet briefly in person. And I'm going to make a trip to Tuscaloosa so we can go yarn shopping. I know, Sweet Tea, I've seen all those pot holders you put on Facebook that you've been making. I've actually made a couple of Swiffer covers. I didn't use a pattern. I just did it off the top of my head. I probably need to do a tutorial on how to make them because I have the XL sweeper. And they fit perfect. But I measured it lengthwise and widthwise, and that's what I did. I actually did one using the hag stitch. Oh, I love the hag stitch and I love the Bren stitch. Speaking of, and y'all don't laugh, it was my goof up. I sat there last night and made a headband using the Bren stitch. I sure did. But I forgot to flip it out when I did the little thing. So in order for it to look right, you have to turn it out you have to turn it on the back side, which is still pretty. So I'm gonna take it apart and I'm gonna put it together right. So it will be, so the twist will be right. And then you'll actually be able to see the actual. Brother Joe in the house. Lord, Lord, Lord. I see you, Joe. I see you. That Bren stitch is beautiful. And that is a stitch that was created by Brenda the Newbie Crocheter. Y'all go check her channel out. I think I know in one of my lives before we talked about doing an Afghan, collaborating and doing a Afghan with our Karen anniversary cake. And because the Bren stitch is such a beautiful stitch and it works up nice and beautiful even with the chunky yarn, because this is a 5-weight. It would make a beautiful Afghan too. And with the striping of the yarn, it would even be pretty, because then you're going to get the different color effects with the front post and back post stitches. Oh, yes, Miss Brenda, I'm using your stitch, baby. I just got to take it loose and turn it inside out and then do my twist. Take the sewing that I did to sew it together out and then do my twist so it would be right. But and then I'm actually thinking about not writing up a pattern, y'all, because I don't have a clue as to what to do with the pattern, but doing a tutorial on it. I love it. You made one, Guy Rocks, and in blue too. This is actually the yarn that came in one of my kits, Mary Maxim or Annie's. And I didn't like the patterns that it came with. It came with a hat and mittens, but I love the yarn. So I was sitting there yesterday evening with my grandbaby. We was watching Norm from the North. It's about bears on Netflix, and I made this. But I put my instead of me turning it out and doing the twist, I just did it the right way and did it. And then when I went to flip it, oh Lord, how my it didn't come out right. So I gotta undo it and redo it, which is not a problem, but I love it. And right now, with it as cold as it is, need something on my head outside. Have you seen the Joe Stitch Log? No, I have not, Joe. You're going to have to show us. Welcome in, Mama Swift. How are you tonight? Joe said, hey, Angela Laud. Yes, Laud, Brother Joe is here. It is. So I think that's what we're, and I'll make that announcement next Tuesday in my next live. And I'll do a short video on it too for the ones that was here then that's maybe not here now. We'll do our Afghan using our anniversary cake in the Bren stitch. Ooh, look at Dana saying, hey, baby, at Joe's Bowling Sports and Ministry Talks TV. And Joe says, hey, Granny with the cheese, Lord. And Joe gonna cut up wherever he go. Hey, baby, I spoke it to you already, Lord. Waiting on StreamYard. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't even see you over there because let me put it out there again. Sarah, I'm sorry. There you go. I'm watching for you. You probably wouldn't need but one, Dana. I have two in the same color, but I want to make more than one Afghan, so I'll use one cake. One anniversary cake. I don't see yet, Sarah. Welcome in, Miss Nancy, with Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. How are you tonight? The link is out there if anybody wants to pop up. Brother Joe, I always say he gonna come, but he never comes. He always chickens out. I'm gonna start calling him Chicken Little. Let me put it back out there. There you go, Sarah. I forget I have to click on y'all down at the bottom. A little tired. I think we all, about this time in the evening time, we are. Unless we Dana or Joe and they just run off of. God gives them all their energy. Is it working, Sarah? Okay, Mama Swift, that's fine. Lurk all you want to. I'm just glad you're here. You would, but you in your PJs. There you go, Sarah. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
What you working on?
The virus shawl. Well, this and like 30 other projects.
Y'all know I made that virus blanket, so.
All sparkly.
Oh no, Joe, if you driving in your mama's car, you pay attention to the road. You don't worry about coming up on the screen. Oh, that's pretty. What you using? That's sparkly.
Oh, it's really sparkly. It's the Roll With It Sparkle. Diamond color.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that is real pretty. Dana, how big is your blanket that you making with your anniversary cake? Miss Nancy says, how big can your blanket be with one anniversary cake? I know there are 1,000 and something yards and they're number 6 weight yarn, so it's gonna be pretty big. Depends on how wide you make it.
Yeah, there are 1,000 yards.
I know Dana's working on one now.
I'm trying to find one of my patterns. Or at least think of where it would be. 40 by 50, she says. Thank
40
you,
by
Maddie.
50, Miss Nancy Dana said. And
Brenda,
Laura
I am in my PJs.
said that's a pretty shawl with the sparkles in it.
Thank you.
And Dana says she's using a 10 millimeter and a chain of 91. Welcome in, Crystal. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But welcome in. Yeah, that's a whole lot of yarn for that weight, but they still wanted a whole lot of money for that too. Welcome in, Katrina's Crochet World. How are you tonight?
Unless you can find a good coupon.
Yeah, I think I actually paid, I think $20-something for mine. And I went to Michael's not too long ago looking at their new yarn that they had, that flex and stuff that I've been seeing everybody show. I just didn't care for it. So I didn't get any of it, but I did get some of their clearance yarn, their Karen Skinny Cakes.
Oh, I love those colors.
Frosted blue. They were $3.99, and they're regular $9.99. And then I didn't get it, but in 3 colors, because all of them wasn't clearanced out, just certain ones. Now this says Sugar Ube. I think they missed a C on the label. It's like purples and blues.
Purples and blues, I love those colors.
And then I got it in rose water.
Excuse me. Ooh. Ah.
I love those skinny cakes. They're a 3-weight, but they don't crochet like a 3-weight.
Okay.
Going from a 4 to them is really not much of a difference compared to going from that to a 1 or something.
Yeah. Granny D was asking me a question here, so let's just roll with it. Sparkle. And I got these at Michael's. They were on sale for like almost 50% off, and I have seen them at Walmart.
Yeah, our Walmart don't carry anything like that.
Really?
I'm gonna say just one cake, Dana. No, our Walmart barely has yarn.
Yeah, the one I go to, it's like, here's an aisle, and it's only half of the aisle, and that's all you get. And I'm like, I hate you. I want more yarn.
Ours is about 1/4 of a half of an aisle.
Wow.
You like the rose water, Granny D, but you didn't get any? Yeah. Now, ours had one anniversary cake in the plastic. Then they had one to match it that was all mangled up, and they had them marked down to $19 and something. But I saw where some people were doing YouTube videos showing where they got theirs for $1.97.
Where's that price? Where am I supposed to be?
They were getting them from Michael's. They were getting them from Michael's.
We never get prices like that here, ever. I wish. I know Nancy Hooked on Crochet. She said she came home, I think it was 3 of the anniversary cakes for $5 a piece. I was like, I'd pay that 20 million times over. Wow.
God Rocks, have you tried to follow Fiber Spider with the virus shawl? Because he's the one that I followed to do that blanket that I showed in one of my lives a couple of weeks ago. And he explains everything really, really good and slow. So if you haven't tried him, try him and see if you can get it through him.
My understanding of, like, you're talking about the virus blanket kind of deal, right? Isn't it just like this pattern doubled?
It is. You just The virus blanket, you just start in the middle like you do with a granny square, and it just keeps growing.
Okay, that's what I thought it was, because like this ends up into a corner. If I just doubled it, that'd be the other corners.
Oh, Granny D says some folks got clearance at their Michaels because they were closing or moving. Well, I don't want mine to close.
I don't want mine to move. It's
Now,
already
if
a
they
long
move
trip.
to another location in the same town and they don't want to have to move all that stuff, then hey, mark that stuff down.
We'll come and get it, no problem.
Welcome in, be Miss Jane with Be Yourself and Maribel with Maribel is Hooked. Thank y'all for stopping by.
Hi, Jane
Yeah,
and Maribel.
that virus stitch is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yarn eater. If you got some yarn that you want to get rid of, just do something with the virus. Because it eats up yarn now. But it's
Yeah,
just
and it's
once you get it, it's just a repeat.
it's like a 4-row repeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might hear my dog barking out there.
Yeah, that's normal.
We had taken him to the vet Friday, and he gave me a nasty boo-boo on my arm, scratched me.
Well, he didn't want to go to the vets.
Gave me this big old bruise right here on the back of my arm from his leash. And he was standing up on my legs, and now they're all bruised. And
oh no.
When they came out and gave me his paperwork, I looked and I said, well, no wonder you weigh 66.5 pounds. Yeah, Dana, me either. Like everybody was saying, they were getting that Red Heart Super Saver for 67 cents a skein at Walmart. I literally went in there one day with my phone and scanned every skein, and not one of them was 67 cents. Because if it had been on sale for 67 cents, I would have bought it and would have ended up giving it away because I can't use it. But I'm not going to leave yarn in a store for that price.
Who would?
Not me.
Not me
and I'm
either.
still looking for the Premier Flowers that Dollar Tree that I see everybody else's Dollar Tree has, but mine doesn't.
Mine doesn't either. Mine has different yarn, actually. It's more fuzzy, and there's fuzzy stuff, but then there's eyelash stuff that they have as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Miss Nancy said they were 64 cents.
It's probably because she was the one who found the deal. I think I remember her talking about it.
You just finished Fiber Spider's Tessellated Shell Rectangle. Is that a new video he's put out, Wendy? Because if it is, I'm going to have to go check that out.
Nancy put herself on a yarn ban. After all those cakes, I would too.
Yeah, Granny D, the Tuesday morning that we had in Montgomery closed down. I did get some of the yarns from there, though, before they did close down. Hey, Stacy with Uniquely Yours Crochet. Campbell, welcome in. Peeking in while doing homework. Boy, I don't miss them days.
Neither do I.
Your Dollar Tree don't sell yarn? Mine used to not, and they finally started getting some in. They've actually changed up their little craft section they have. Nice. And they got a section for yarn, but they only have 2 boxes of that Premier Just Yarn worsted, and I've got that already, so I haven't even bought any.
We don't have any of that here, but I will grab and show you what they do have. They have a couple of little skins.
Ours don't even have the Crafter's Corner, whatever it is. Their yarn that they're selling.
Crafter Square.
But the one in Prattville did have it, but it felt like sandpaper to me. and you couldn't squeeze it. It didn't squeeze like Charmin tissue. Yeah, ours too, Grandy. Our Michaels 20% off, or maybe buy one get one half off. That's pretty much our Michaels too. In Prattville, I did go in there one day, and they were doing they had one little small bag sitting on the counter that was a $5 grab bag. And another lady was telling me that they had all of their Lion Brand, that number 6 weight yarn that Lion Brand has. I got some back there on the shelf still. They had it marked down to 80 something cents a skein. So I cleaned that out. But when we got to the register, they said, well, we can do them $5 grab bags. So they brought out their big, huge bags that they have. And everything we had got that day in our buggies, they put them all in those bags. And each bag was $5. And I came out there with 4 big bags, maybe 5 big bags of yarn. So okay. I did actually get a chance to get in on some of the $5 grab bags.
Oh, you're lucky. I don't think I've seen those here in Canada.
Yeah. I like the Dollar Tree Premier Just yarn too, Granny D. I actually use a lot of it doing my towel toppers on my towels.
So this is
I have signed up for the Michael Reward program, but I don't ever get no rewards.
This is the knitting yarn from our Dollar Tree that we have.
What is it like? It's eyelash just like yarn?
No, this one's not an eyelash yarn. Like, it is really super soft. Like, it's just like a little string in the center with all the fuzzies on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that'd be good to go around like leg warmers or a cowl, or make a blanket out of it.
I did make a blanket out of it. It's still on our bed, and my husband fights me for it every day.
Ms. Nancy, where are you located at? I might need to come visit your.
She's the one who gets all the deals.
Right, I get a bunch of big bags for $5 each. Welcome in, Christine Johnston. How are you tonight? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah. I just can't get my husband to understand that, yes, I got a lot of yarn, but when you find yarn on sale, you have to buy it. You don't want to live here in South Florida. Well, Brenda, in my mystery box, I got the toy box yarn. I got some of that, hold on a second, y'all, and I'll go get it. I'm going to be away from the camera for a minute, but I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Gray's not my favorite color. I'm more of into blues, greens, every once in a while, like the fuchsia magenta kind of pinks and purples.
This was in it, the Fair Isle Sutton. It's different tones of brown and has like a black piece of thread through it, wound across around it. It's really, really soft. It's a 5. It's a 100% polyester. It's real soft, but it tears real easy. And I can't remember exactly how many came in it. I think I got 4. And I started crocheting this, and I said I was gonna make a pill out of it. Cool. With it, it works up beautiful. And I said I was just gonna make it like a tube and then put the pillow in there and close the two ends up.
Why not?
I don't know if I'm having enough.
If you don't have enough, then just leave it at that point and make it a cowl.
It's real stretchy. So, and I love it. I hadn't looked it up to see where I could get more of it from. I'm sure it's gonna be a little pricey being Fair Isle.
Yeah.
Then it came with, I told you my kits was the same. I got two of them. And this stuff here I don't like. If anybody wants it, let me know. I tried one cake that I already had, holding it with another yarn. I still didn't like it. I can't get that back in the bag. But it came with 6 of these, the Spinella, the Lime brand. It's kind of like what you just showed, similar.
Nice and fuzzy.
And it's classified as a 5 because of the little fuzzy sticking from the thread running through it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this one.
Dana, how many of the Fair Isle Sport Sparkle did you use to make your Dana's Diamond? I can't think of the rest of it. Yeah. So I got 6 of these. And then it came with 2 Mary Maxim dishcloth cottons in white. Then it came with 2 in robin's egg.
I love that color.
Yeah, it says it's a 3. That's a 2 to me. That ain't nowhere near a 3. And I got 4 of the Burnett Softy Chunky Tweeds. That's showing blue, but it's purple.
Yes, I think I have that color.
It is called Hyacinth Tweed. Hyacinth Tweed, like the flower.
Oh.
4 of those. And then 6 of these, and I can't even pronounce that word. It's everything's in a foreign language.
I'm not even gonna try.
Right. I said I can get that one. It says burn.
Yeah, that was the only one I got.
And it's a 5 weight. And it says Farbe Parti Anthra 2540. It does not tell you any specs. It's machine washable, but it's not dryable. And the writing's so little. Let me see if I can see where it's made.
You said you work with the smaller yarns, right, Jeannie?
I like the chunky yarns, but my go-to is a 4-weight or 3.
Oh, that's nice and chunky. What would you think that is?
Hold it up. Hold the ball up like this. I would say that'd be a 3 or 4. 4 at the most. What's it classified as?
Can't remember. Bought it 2 or 3 years ago. Lost the so couldn't tell you.
So that's what I got in my. I am happy with what I got, other than that Spinella, because y'all know we got that in one of the crochet kits. And I don't like it. But everything else I liked, and I really, really love this. Okay, so 4 would make it the size you got, the
I
size
like
that you
that.
made your in the picture on Facebook, Dana. 4 of these would make that. But you said a sport weight. This is a bulky 5. So it would actually probably make it a little bit bigger than what you had on in the picture. Welcome in, Miss Patsy's Crochet Corner. How are you tonight? Dana, I might have to rip it out. That might be one. Whose live was I on? Where Brenda, was that yours? Where they said if you have trouble frogging, put your yarn in the freezer and then it'll frog easy. And they was talking about the boucle yarn. If you make something and want to frog it, put it in the freezer and then take it out and frog it, and it frogs without any problems.
Weird.
I might have to put that in there.
Huh.
And frog it and make Dana's diamond poncho.
Well, I'm gonna make Dana's day here. She
Yeah,
was
Granny
eyeing
D, I
up.
saw some videos where people were finding the Serenity Chunky at their Dollar Tree.
Darn.
Yeah, we don't get the good stuff. Yeah, that was Brenda's live. So I'm gonna have to try it with that. I'll stick it in
This
the
one's
freezer
actually.
at night.
I found these actually at the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm. I have a bunch of that sachet yarn in a box right here underneath my desk.
I just sent mine to Dana.
It's purple and silver. And I
Yep.
took it and I made the ruffle scarf, but then I took it and put it on a wire reef and made a reef out of it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep. And I
Oh,
gave it
Dana's
to
got
my
ideas.
niece because her favorite color is purple. So I made it and I took it to her and gave it to her, and she hung it up in her room.
That's cool.
OMG, Sarah, what kind of Dollar Tree do you have, Lord? That's what Dana said.
Not one
Right.
close to my house that's good, but the one that's farthest away is good.
Now, are y'all's Dollar Trees or are y'all's those Dollar Ramas?
No, this is actually all Dollar Tree.
Oh,
This
all
is
Dollar
Dollar
Trees.
Tree. The Dollarama was the Red Heart Amour, the sachet, and then the two bluey green kind of colors that I got for Dana, because it was all knitting yarn, and there's no way in heck I'd have a clue what to do with it. I just really don't. But I know Dana will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our Dollar Tree don't have all the good yarns either.
Well, I thought I could use this stuff, and I'm just not liking it. So it's sitting in
Right.
a bag. I have one of every color.
I got a picture of that reef on my phone. I'll pull it up and see if it'll show through. But
Oh,
I
that'd be
did 4
awesome.
towels with a towel topper. That my daughter had picked out. I showed y'all that in the last live. I did get those done, and she took them home with her. She was supposed to take a picture and send them to me because I'm doing a video and I was going to insert the picture in there. But of course, she didn't.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, I made a single crochet queen size blanket as my very, 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 very first blanket. And I mean, this was probably 2010. So it took me about a year of 8 hours a day. And I didn't have any pictures because I left the guy I was with and ended up at another place. And I didn't have any pictures of this blanket. So I emailed my aunt. I'm like, can I get pictures of my product, please? So she happily sent it along, but darn, that thing is beautiful.
There it is. Sarah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool.
So I have plenty more of that. So I guess I can make some more wreaths out of it.
Why not?
And then I made these for my grandbabies. They matched a blanket that I did for them.
That's so cool.
Made with pom-poms and the styrofoam wreath.
Like, I've been crocheting for quite some time, but I mean, a lot of this stuff is just new to me, and I'm like, okay, I gotta jump in head first, and if I fall on my butt, I'll just get back up and continue to try, because that's the only way to learn.
Now, Jane, with Be Yourself, you know that's easier said than done. We can't walk around and go, no, 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 yarn, no. I go, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweet tea. I sit here and I try to think of different things. Like I made this.
That is
And
cool.
all it is a ribbon spool.
Little
And I
pom-pom.
made a pom-pom and hot glued it on top. Left part of the ribbon on there. And then I put some fake grass around the bottom and put some rocks around it.
That's so cool. Like, why not?
And it sits right there on my desk. So I took one of my cups too and put yarn around it too. Oh, here it is right here.
That's that, isn't that Red
I
Heart
did
Super
crocheted
Superpower?
a chain and then wrapped it around it. And and what I had left over, I just went around making that little ridge on it.
That's cool.
It was some scrap yarn, some scrap red heart yarn. I can't crochet with you, but I can do that with you. And red heart has some pretty colors.
They seriously do. I have their Great Fizz and a few others.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to come up and join Sarah and I?
Come up and have a party. Where's Dana? Thought she would have been coming up.
She's out there. Dana's probably tired. I don't see how she. Oh, Dana, that's right. We're supposed to be talking about that. Hello, Veronica, my beautiful, beautiful friend. How are you tonight? I don't see how Dana does it. I'd be sitting there with toothpicks holding my eyes up. I told them last night I was going to let them run. I was fixing to go to bed. And I don't even know what the last thing was they said on their live, because when I got comfortable, it was Katie bar the door for me. Lights out. Click.
I was falling asleep and I'm like, okay, I'm nodding off. With the crochet hook in hand, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to bed. But I was up again at 6 a.m. this morning and I went to bed. I think I finally got to bed by 11:30 last night, midnight.
Yeah, the Aldi that's in Prattville, they don't carry yarn, or I haven't seen any in there. Oh, see, Dana's rewriting a new pattern. She's trying to get it sent out.
Write your pattern, Dana.
The first year without buying yarn is hard, but gets easier with time. Yeah. I said if I buy any this year, I said it. That don't mean I'm going to stick to it. It'll be yarn on clearance or something that I'm working on and I don't quite have enough that I got to get more.
Absolutely.
But I know I'm going to have to order some from Premier to finish out my granny squares that we're doing for the blanket, because I don't have enough in the color that I chose. I chose teal. Nope, I chose peacock. So I've got to order some more of the peacock. And of course, you get free shipping if you order $75. So guess what I'll do?
You're going to order
$75 worth to get free shipping. Unless they run that thing where they do the $40 and you get free shipping, because they do that sometimes too.
To take it up either way. One way you spend more, one way you spend less.
Right.
Come on.
But I know my husband, we got another bedroom on the other side of this room, and it's got yarn in it too. And that's where I got a shelf in there that I keep our extra on, like soap and toothpaste and deodorant and stuff like that. And he went in there to get some soap the other night, and he said, "You got yarn in this room too?" And I'm sitting there saying, "Yeah."
Oops. Oh,
Okay,
yes, Jane, you had a great old night.
I will be looking for that package tomorrow or Thursday.
Hey, Veronica.
Because what she's sending is going to be part of my Potiversary giveaway.
Oh, okay.
And then I got a package coming from Brenda that's also going to be part of that giveaway.
Well, Dana, now that I know you like eyelash yarn, I may as well just send these to you.
Who?
Dana.
Oh. I got some of the faux fur yarn that I use sometimes on hats, on the brim of the hats and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or fingerless mittens, fingerless gloves and stuff like that. But I don't get into all that fancy dancy yarns.
I've got knots. That's all I've got.
Of course, y'all see I wear glasses, so I have to get something that I can see my stitches with and not.
There we go.
And see, that's another thing. Tangling up.
Knots.
I've tried it. You can, Dana. You most definitely can, darling. You can give a pattern away for your for my Potiversary giveaway. Anybody else that wants to contribute can feel free to. But I do know that Stills the Show, Veronica, I got some stuff from her that's going to be part of it, and I got some stuff from Brenda that's going to be part of it. And one of them is going to be I think I'm going to do it the same way Priscilla's doing hers, where I choose certain content creators to do it. That way they have a chance to win this, and then open it up for other channels to join in, and then they have their own chance of winning. Ooh. Which is the way Priscilla's doing hers. I will probably do my video next Wednesday after my next live next Tuesday. That way I can show y'all the stuff that's in it. And yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
If I'm not asleep.
You know, the 50 for me, 50 for you is great. But I want to tap into some of the other channels that make stuff and support them, and then allow other people to be able to experience their great creations. Like welcome in, Consuelo. How are you tonight? But yes, everybody's packages will be mailed tomorrow. I don't know what that's going to end up costing, but last packages I mailed, it wasn't that bad, but I don't know if the postage has gone up or what. And some of the stuff y'all getting, the winners is getting, y'all did not see. And I did pull 7 because Ricola was one of the winners that was pulled. So she's in Canada. So I pulled an extra one.
Rocking Canada, yeah!
Yep. If you're in Canada, because I don't know what the shipping or anything would be, or even how to ship to Canada. I need to find all that out.
That's not that bad.
But if you're in Canada, I do a e-gift card to Amazon. Yeah, it could be 25 to 50. So unless you got a Amazon wish list, and then you can send that to me, and I can order something off of there and have it shipped directly to you.
Okay.
All right, Wendy, I understand. Hey, Consuelo. I paint furniture, but never videoed myself doing it. Oh, you ought to. That's what I've been trying to get my sister to do, is record herself making those wreaths, because she makes some beautiful wreaths. I need to get her to make me an Easter one. And to me, she does not charge near enough for her wreaths. Told her she need to up the price on them. This is one she made for my daughter.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
For Thanksgiving. It's for the Thanksgiving time. And we was down there at one of my son's baby showers, and she made it in probably about 4 hours or less.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, Dana. Everything's going to the house. Granny D, I know you sent me both of your addresses, but I think I'm gonna have it shipped to your house so you don't have to get out and go to the post office, because you might be I'm gonna help with your yarn band. If you have to go to the post office, you might be tempted to go by the yarn store.
You still calling her out?
Yeah, my sister is in Louisiana, and she makes wreaths like that. She's made a whole bunch of them. And she made this real pretty cross to go on our mama's grave. We just got to find a stand sturdy enough to put it on we want a metal stand to sit it on, so the wood won't rotten over time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she made it with whatever she made it with, it'll never rotten.
Plastic?
It's some kind of plastic, and it looks like balls, some kind of balls, and then the ribbon that she used is got some kind of coating on it.
Oh, okay.
To where it won't even fade or nothing.
That's crazy. Like, I mean, the stuff they come up with nowadays is just wow.
Yes. Veronica saying, "Hey, Brenda.
Hello, Consuelo.
I still got to make V's chunky cowl and hat. I did make the cowl that she did with that Echo yarn from Michaels. She loves it. I don't like it.
This is one of my favorite colors.
My wee post, I was nowhere near a yarn store, but that's fine if you use my home address. Thanks so much. That's pretty. What is that?
It's Rainbow Bright is the color name.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a little hair clip.
Oh.
So it's a little flower with the 2 rows.
Yeah, that is cute.
And it's just a little hair clip. So I got to get a tutorial up for those eventually. Eventually. It's on the list.
I meant to have my hat on, Granny D. I saw you in your hat yesterday on your live, your St. Patrick's Day hat, and I got one too last month. I'll start wearing it though. I put it on today with my hair clamp in. It didn't fit, and my grandbaby said, "Nana, your head too big. Let me wear it." I was watching crocheting and baking bread. Now, see, That's that. I When I was in RN school, we had to do a speech class. And Dana, I know I said we'd talk about that during my live. So here we go. Because Dana was on there talking about how many live streams she does a week, and she does this and she does that and this and this and this. I don't think a lot of people understand how busy we actually are. And some of them don't even understand the importance of it. Crochet is my therapy. It's my wind down time from when I get home from work. Because like today, I kind of got a little upset with my driver. All right, Granny D. Love you too. See you and everyone later, Gators. After a while, Crocodile. And at the time I was in RN school, I was LPN. I was working full time, raising 6 kids, and all of them was in softball or baseball and everything else. So my speech became me. It was a woman who wear many hats, and you had to actually do props, and you had to show different things. So
that's cool.
we all women, men, and everything, because I can't exclude the men. We all wear many hats.
Absolutely.
And we all get by the grace of God. Because some days I don't see how I go. But every morning my eyes open up, I'd say, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to get up and do what I got to do. But that's my relaxation time in the evening times when I come home from work, is once I do what I got to do, I crochet till my eyes start crossing up and I start messing up and I have to frog, and then I get up and go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much. Because at that point, you're just like, if I make another stitch, I may as well just frog the entire project.
Yes. Everybody's telling Granny D good night. Love you too, Dana, Sis, V, Crystal, and all. We love you too, Granny D. The squirrel squad in the house. My little squirrel sitting back there.
I see him.
I had named him. I need to make a hat for my little bear sitting back there between those two robins. He sported that for Christmas, and I said, well, he can sport it for Valentine too.
May as well.
So now I need to make one for St. Patrick's Day to go with him.
One for every holiday, right?
One for every holiday. Because I made that little hat on my Centro 40 needle machine. And my husband rigged me up this little concoction where I can put the drill to it. I don't have to sit there and crank. I just hook the cordless drill to it and go, zing.
Nice. That's so awesome. That's a great idea, though.
Good night, Judy. Thank you for stopping by and being here.
Night, Judy.
See you next time, every Tuesday. I didn't last Tuesday because I had the grandbabies. And they was not going to stay out of here.
They're grandbabies. They're supposed to be into everything you don't want them to be into.
Yeah. The oldest one, she's 7, and she's taking an interest in crocheting. So I'm going to get her one weekend and keep her all weekend.
Absolutely.
Do pastel green that can stay for Easter too. Good idea, Crystal. I'm going to get her one weekend and keep her and give her some of this chunky yarn and a big needle. And start her off with a chain and see how she does with it.
Absolutely. My grandma gave me a needle and yarn and said, here, go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't teach me anything after here, go.
Nancy, I'm coming. There you go.
There's Nancy.
Down there.
I'm looking fuzzy. I'm usually facing forward.
I got the main one on my laptop and the other one's on the desktop. So
And I'm in the middle. Woo!
My video
I
is
have to
looking
look over
weird.
here to see. So if you catch me looking back and forth, that's what I'm doing. I'm not ignoring nobody.
No, you're trying to keep it on top of everything.
Trying to
That's
stay on
crazy.
top of everything. So I won't have that issue when we get that new internet this year. I'm excited about that. Bye bye AT&T.
Bye bye AT&T.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna move the camera. I'm gonna move my camera. It looks
Okay.
bad. Wait a second.
Is that a
This is
hair
one of the
tie?
worst. Pardon?
Is that a hair tie?
Yeah, it's a dangly one. So these hang down after this has been tied up.
Oh, I like that. That'd be cute in a little girl's hair.
You know what? My girlfriend asked for it for her little daughter. Well, I made like 3 of them. Haven't sold any since, but they're still here. It's a grand idea. So
Yes.
when I have the time, like these are actually hot. Most of them down here at the bottom are actually hot glued on, so that way nothing falls off.
Right. Miss Nancy,
Hi. How are you?
Veronica saying, "Hey Nancy."
Hope I can't see the chat.
Yeah, Dana, AT&T has got to go. They're the only ones that offer internet in our area. In town, you can get cable internet, but not in the country. They don't want to come across the swamp to get to
boy.
us.
So where are you from?
Alabama.
Oh, okay.
And but it's weird because it's strange because where I am now is at home, and about maybe 3/4 of a mile up the road is our shop, and my internet works better up there than it does here. And the excuse they gave was is because I'm closer to the box up there. Here I'm supposed to have like 3G. Up there, 3 megabytes. Up there, I'm supposed to have 6 megabytes. But I have to pass the county jail to get to work.
I forget how many megabytes.
And they
Hi, Brenda.
They never go down. They provide them with the best. They offer fiber optic where we are, but it's $550 a line.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not Comcast in the city here. Now my daughter in Mobile has Comcast, and so far she likes it. It is Ceasefire in town. Used to be Charter. And I know they have real good internet because when I first started out, and my daughter that worked with us, she lived in town and she had that internet. And I used to come home, record my videos, then go to her house and upload them, and they would upload within 15 minutes.
Wow.
Of each other.
Hook.
But this is supposed to be fiber optic.
This is what I'm making. If you could see it. It's a shawl.
That is pretty.
It's from Kristen Umdahl.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a little gathering over here. I thought it would be more. It's a little ripply, but it's coming out better. I started it with a different yarn and it was awful. I couldn't frog it because it was a fuzzy yarn that I got at Hobby Lobby. And this is much nicer. This was yarn I got at AC Moore when they were going out of business by me. And here it was this here. It's a baby yarn.
Stitch Studio by Nicole.
By Nicole.
All about.
And it's like a gray. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's real shiny.
Oh yeah, that kind of looks like the
It looks kind of like silver, like pewter.
It looks like the soft and shiny. Yeah.
It's hard to.
Soft and shiny.
And the Karen
I
Simply
mean,
Soft.
koala, it's called koala gray.
Koala Gray.
Yeah, I'm just taking a break because I'll end up making mistakes if I start crocheting while I'm talking.
Chris,
I'm
I
not
don't
as,
know. Comcast might have bought out Charter Cable in other areas, but here they don't have it's ceasefire. Actually, like about 75 miles from here in Greenville, Alabama, they still have Bell South.
I have Xfinity.
Xfinity. Who
I'm in
is that
Florida.
with?
What's that?
Who is that with?
It's, I don't know, it's called Xfinity. That's what it's called.
Hmm.
I'm in Florida. It's sort of the one that they use. I'm like in one of those HOA developments. And then they, it's kind of a big city here in South Florida. So
Yeah, y'all probably have the best
they
down
negotiate for a good rate. I don't even know. My husband takes care of it. I think we paid a little extra to have a little higher speed because, he kind of does some work online, and it's just the two of us living in this house, but we have more than, we have several TVs.
there. Right.
So we got all the boxes we can have. I think we got 5 boxes.
Crystal says
said
Xfinity is Comcast.
it's Comcast.
Yeah, it's Comcast. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, it is Comcast.
Yeah, my daughter said she didn't have any problems with hers. They never lose. Well, they did lose it during the hurricane, but of course that's common, expected. But other than that, they never lose their strength or service or anything. She even got her phone through them.
I'm going to show you what the shawl is supposed to look like. I ended up buying the pattern. It was only $2 plus tax. Like,
Hmm.
For a $2 pattern to get a nice shawl, why not?
Well, I don't really like to buy patterns if I don't have to, but I was having a problem with it, so I thought maybe I missed something, or maybe she made a mistake on the video. Oh, it's a purple in the video.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty. Maybe as you get bigger, where yours is gathering up there at the top, where your stitches are closer together. Maybe when you get down to the bottom and it starts fanning out more, the weight of it is gonna pull those
hopefully
ruffles out. That is
well,
pretty. That's a little too much concentration for me.
I don't know. I just hadn't done a shawl in a while, and I like doing shawls.
Right.
And I made a bunch of, because I'm expecting another grandbaby, so I made a bunch of baby blankets in the last month and a half or something, or since I found out he was on the way. So I made a bunch
I'm
of
expecting
blankets.
another one too.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is yet.
Well, I know mine's a boy, so another boy. I have all boys also. We have 3, and so this is going to be their second boy.
Wow.
They're growing up so quickly, huh?
I have 4 girls and 3
here,
boys.
Wow.
You have 7 what? Grandkids or kids?
Grandbabies. I have 6
Oh, nice.
kids.
Well, yeah, I thought I heard you say you had 6 kids earlier. I only have 3 kids, but that's not, a lot of people don't even have 3 today.
Right. Well, I have 6. I birthed 4, but I have 6 kids because
I get it.
I raised my 2 step kids, so they're mine.
I get it.
They were little, and we got
okay.
of them and everything, so they're mine.
Okay.
I'll fight for them just like I will my own.
Yeah.
Like any good mom would.
Yes. When they're sick, I'm sick. When they feel bad, I feel bad. And when they having a bad time, I'm right there with them. I worry about them just like I worry about my own.
Do they all live near you?
Actually, we only have one child left here in Selma. And she went to school and became a nurse, and she works for our local pediatrician office. One daughter is in Mobile. We have one son in Alabama, but he's up closer to Birmingham area, which is about an hour and a half from Selma. And 3 of them are in Louisiana. 2 boys and 1 girl is in Louisiana. I have a 30-year-old, a
I have
29-year-old.
no idea how far that is from each. My geography is bad.
It's about 300. Where they are in Louisiana, it's about 300 miles from me.
Oh, that's pretty far.
About a 4.5 hour drive.
Okay. Well, that's doable, but I wish my kids were only 4.5 hour drive away.
Yeah, it's
I'd be visiting.
And all my family's in Louisiana, so when I go home, I get to see my kids and my father, my sister, my brothers, and nieces and nephews, and great nieces and nephews, and everything. So I kill a lot of birds with 1 stone.
Oh, good.
It's like a good old roundup.
Right.
My other kids live up in New York, where I'm from. One just got married. Another one just got married.
Well, you got a nice little ride from South Florida up to New York.
Yeah, it's one of those. Our eldest son met a nice little girl that was in college up there, and they met on MySpace.
Well, that's been a long time ago, hadn't it?
Yeah, they're married like 12 years already.
Yeah.
Married a long time
not
already.
Even use MySpace anymore?
No, nobody goes on MySpace anymore.
No.
That's how they met, though, and she was in college, and he was. I don't know why he went on MySpace, but they both liked the same hobby or something like that. And they were matched.
Our son that's close to Birmingham met his girlfriend on Plenty of Fish, and they've been together for about 2 years now. So.
Oh, my middle son needs a girl. I'll have to tell him to go on Plenty of Fish. He won't do it. He was engaged like twice and didn't work out. And now he hasn't been dating for a while.
Mom?
Right.
Huh?
But that coming from his mom, he's gonna be like, "Don't talk to me about this."
Uh-uh.
Oh, I think she's frozen.
I don't remember my MySpace information either, Case Crochet Haven. I thought I thought MySpace was gone.
I couldn't even tell you what it was.
Right, Crystal. I raised them, they mine. You had your niece for a year and came back. I had one of my grandbabies from the time she was 9 months old till she was 2.5.
Wow.
And then I ended up having to get her back and had her for about another year. So she considers this home, and she would rather be with her nana and papa than she had with her mama. But her mama got herself together, so I don't want to raise them unless I'm forced to. Dana said she didn't have MySpace. Joe did, and he thought it was the stuff. He thought he was the stuff on there.
Didn't we all think we were the stuff on there? Like, seriously?
Right. And Dana and Joe, y'all not close to my age, so.
Yeah, they're young.
I am. I'm pretty sure.
You're not close to my age either.
Oh, no. But I'm close to Dana.
Dana's pretty young. I don't know. I forget how old she is. She's pretty young.
I know she's in her 30s.
She's 2 years younger than me, and her spouse is the same age as me.
Oh. Well, my eldest son's 38, so.
A couple of pastors at my church met on MySpace and have been together 12 years.
Mm.
So he was born in 82?
Who?
Someone said there is a new MySpace hate
My son was born in 83.
I think it's called.
He just had a birthday in February. He just turned 38.
Dana said until she
changed. My youngest is 31.
Till she changed his password and locked him out. Dana said she is 33 and Joe is 33.
Yep.
They must have had the kids really young.
I'm
Yeah.
34 right now and 35 in November. So
I'm 47. I'll be 48 in June.
Well, my husband's older than me. He's going to be 65 this year, and they're all bothering him for the Medicare. You
Hey,
know,
people call me all the time talking about please
I'll be
don't hang.
62.
They call me all the time saying, please don't hang up. This is the senior citizen. I said, I'm not a senior citizen yet, although I'll be glad when I do so I can get them discounts.
Yeah, big deal. I was in Ross today. I got my senior discount for, I think I saved 75 cents.
Belks does these big senior citizen discount days where it's a certain day of the week and you can go in Belks and you get that extra percentage off. Even if you have a coupon, you still get your senior citizen discount along with it.
Oh, okay. I haven't been to Belk lately. I think they have a Belk here. I'm not sure. When I lived in North Carolina for a while, I used to go to Belk, and my pastor's wife worked at Belk at the makeup.
Right. Right,
Yeah.
Dana. A lot of people y'all's age do act like teenagers because my 30-year-old and 29-year-old, sometimes I want to grab them and just shake them into the new world because they still act like they in high school. And I tell them all the time, grow up. Oh, they know I'll still grab them and shake them. I don't care how old they get.
oh man, I still love to act like I'm in high school and have fun and joke around, and
Yes.
it just makes me feel young. And then when you meet my husband, well, that's another story.
Yeah. Now my husband's older than me. He's 49.
Okay.
He'll be 50 this year. I told him it's half of 100. I don't think he's watching tonight, but I'm planning him a surprise.
Aw.
Nice.
Because
One of my
our
sons
neighbor
got
had a birthday party, and they invited us, and we went over there. And my husband said, "We're not gonna stay long, Jeannie, because this is a senior citizen party." We was the youngest ones there, but of course, my neighbor, he's 60 something now. He don't act like it. He's one of them that acts like he's a teenager. Right, Dana. They don't have their priorities straight either. No sense of responsibility, not having their priorities straight. His day is July the 31st. He'll be 50.
my husband went to the gym. He's not home yet.
Yeah.
Should be home soon.
He's still driving trucks. So I told him he'll be driving a truck until he can't pick his foot up and put it on the step to get in it no more. He's going to end up having to have knee replacements because his knees bother him all the time now. But he's been doing it for 26 years. June the 29th is my birthday.
Oh, wow.
His is 71 and mine is 73. And it's weird because when we met, I had just had my last child in June, and we met in October of 97. And they had their last child in 95. And all of our birthdays were in the same months. Mine and well, we had one that was an oddball. My oldest daughter, hers is in February. Then mine and one of my other daughters is in June. One of my sons is in June, my baby boy. Then the oldest boy is in July. My husband's is in July. And then the two 25-year-old, they're in November. My daughter's is November the 6th, and his is November the 30th.
And I'm in the middle. November 13th.
31st.
One of my sons is November 6th. My youngest
is
son.
The 31st, Dana.
I had 2 Februaries. Had like identical due dates.
Right.
Wow.
And then our anniversary is the 12th of November.
Oy.
It's a good day because my birthday's the right after that. 13. I get Friday the 13th birthdays. I had my 13th birthday on the Friday the 13th. What a great day.
Yeah, we've been together 24 years and be married 23.
Wow.
Sometimes I wonder how we did it. By the grace of God.
One day at a time.
Your son's
Lots of
birthday is November the 30th, Case Crochet. How old will he be? Mine will be 26. And my youngest son is 23. He'll be 24 this year in June. I hadn't raised kids since I was 11, but I did start young. I had my first one at 17, and she was born in February. I was 17. I turned 18 in June. So, and she was born in 91. Then I had my next one in 94, my next one in 95, and my last one in 97.
Wow.
And I had all mine in the 80s.
Oh, he'll be 11. Oh,
We
he's
have
still in the
our
fun
baby's
stage.
doing.
You got a couple of more years before them teenage years set in.
Our grandbaby's due in June.
Okay, June's a good month.
Yeah.
My mom's
And our
birthday
other
was in June. My grandma's birthday was in June. Mine's in June. My daughter, my son.
Yeah.
That's a lot
A
of
lot of
June.
June birthdays.
So Lori says her husband will be 50 on July 20th. She'll be
You'll
52.
on November the 16th. We got a cougar in the house.
Well,
Our
that's
son got married on the Zoom in January
Uh-huh.
because it's like a pain to go to New York. They were going to do it in the apartment. They did it in the apartment. They got married. They had the pastor on the iPad, and then we all were watching.
Oh,
Wow.
that was nice.
Yeah, they dressed up nice. They made it nice. They had a nice cake. They had a few people there. Well, I'm looking forward to going to visit them when this is all calmed down, hopefully.
Yes. I think that, well, the last I saw was that the numbers were coming down overall in the whole United States and other countries too. Dana's not a cougar law, Joe. Justin's 22 and Dana's 33.
I was waiting for you to see that one. I'm like, boy.
Be Yourself with Jane says, okay, watch this yarn hoarder's massive hoard of craft supplies and dolls cleaned out part 1. Inglewood, Florida.
Watch the yarn hoarders.
Uh-huh.
Well, I just want their yarn then.
Right, if they getting rid of it.
Give it here.
Well, you don't know what's in that yarn.
Right. Like that, where I saw that at, I saw something, might have been on Instagram or something. Somebody put it some kind of post, might have been Facebook, where they bought some polyfill from Michael's and it had bugs in it. Little black bugs, and somebody commented and said it looked like carpet bugs.
Oh.
Dana's telling Joe to get home, sir.
I do as you're told.
I had my first child at 19 and the second one was born in 2005. Now my sister, cougar, I had some friends get married on their porch. The pastor was on the sidewalk below and we all stood around the yard. Yes. My niece just got married, and she got married. My mom passed away in 2013, and I had a nephew that was born February the 5th. My mom and dad's anniversary was 6th, and my daughter was born on the 7th. So they spent their anniversary at the hospital that year. And my mom passed in 2013, and my niece just got married on their anniversary. And they had it in a gym.
Oh, okay.
And it was real nice.
I think they were happy to save money. I mean, you know, they made a nice wedding. They had people there that they care about and were watching, you know. I mean,
And that's what matters, right?
they were together a while. They did live together first, but whatever.
And
Seems-
Dana asked Jane, did it look nasty or was it in good shape? She said both, but to me, all nasty. Good night, Veronica. I know it's 10 o'clock over there where you are.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here also.
Yes. What time is it where you are, Sarah?
9.
9. You on the same time as us?
Night, Veronica.
Night, Veronica. Yeah, I got 9:02 here.
And that's why I don't let myself hoard yarn or any craft supplies. Now,
Oh,
I
then
have
don't
more
come to
yarn
my
than
house.
what you see in this room, but Walmart has some of those under the bed storage bags that zip where
That's what I bought.
the top is clear.
That's
They
what I
had them
bought.
on clearance for like $1.
What?
And I bought some of those, and I got my extra yarn is all in there, zipped up out of the elements of the air and the dust bunnies.
You look like you have a nice amount of yarn there.
I do. I'm working on it though. It's some holes.
I want those cakes.
Which
Love
one?
cake.
Anniversary cakes.
Any cake.
Oh,
I'm-
those.
Oh yeah.
That's cake colors and stuff. A lot of them have dwindled down because I'm using some of those to make the loveys with.
Yeah, I went crazy with a lot of different clearance like in the last year, so now I'm going to take a break. I have
You
what to
went
use.
nuts.
Huh?
Jane
You
said
went
if you
nuts.
cannot keep your craft supplies under control, you should not keep on buying. That's true.
But if it's something I don't have and I need it, then I have to have it.
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying to keep mine under control.
She said, Sarah, don't touch my yarn.
I keep it all in this, well, I have 2 rooms. I keep it in the 2 closets, and I have under the bed in those bags you were talking about. But the closet
Right.
is pretty full, and I have the stuff on the wall. See?
Yeah, see, I like that. I actually thought about doing that and putting it on the back of my door, but I have a thing hanging on there that was intended for babies, for you to put like little receiving blankets, roll them up and put them in there and store diapers and stuff in.
Uh-huh.
But I have all my scrubby yarn in them, and it's got like 5 pretty deep sized pockets on it, about that big. And I got all the scrubby yarn in it.
They had scrubby yarn for $1 at Michael's recently when I was there. And
Yeah, I saw that when I went, but I didn't need any more because I got all those pockets is full. And
I haven't used the scrubby yarn. I did buy it at Hobby Lobby. I'm not in love with it.
I don't think I bought any of the Hobby Lobby yarn, scrubby yarn, but I did get some of their cotton when they had it on clearance.
I got that too.
And some when they didn't have on clearance.
I haven't bought anything that wasn't on clearance at Hobby Lobby.
I know, because even with the 30%, some of those, some Hobby Lobby yarn is still high.
Jane still wants my yarn.
Jane.
Oh,
She wants those bobbins?
Yeah, she wants this one right here.
The blue one?
Yeah, she saw the blue one. And then, of course, me being me, and I was doing a video, and this was yellow before. So I pulled it out, and it all went timber.
Is that the blue one that you point to that she wants, or?
Well, she wants this one right here. This blue one.
What color blue is that?
Give me a second. If you have it, it'd be easier instead of having to move all that. Yep, that one. Yeah, that's one Jane wants.
So it's the blue moon.
That's one Jane wants. She wants mine.
Jane, where are you located?
I paid $5 for some of those.
Jane, are you in the United States?
She is, I think. She says, my new rule is I can only buy yarn for max 3 projects, but I won't buy more until I finish 3 more projects.
Because I have 2 I'm willing to send you.
Oh, I hope she is listening because she
Those
keeps
are
going
nice.
after me.
Hi, Jane. She's in Texas.
Would you like these 2 of the Blue Moon bobbins?
I think Jane might be in her own heyday doing a happy dance
Their
right now.
bobbins are actually still intact. No, when they first came out with these, some of the bobbins were terrible, falling apart.
My blue one is, and that's why I really want to move it because the top part
If you
fell
do,
off.
let me know, and email me your address, and I will put them in the mail to you tomorrow when I ship everything else out.
I'm going to go. The husband's home now.
Okay.
He might need me.
Oh, yeah,
he might
see you all. Thanks for
being at the gym.
Love that word, Nancy.
I've been babysitting with him every day because I usually pick up my grandson from daycare, and the other grandma can't babysit this week because her son got COVID, and so they're stuck in the house. He's not too sick. He's young, so he's not too sick. He's only like 30. So he had fever. He had fever for like 2 days. I keep going off the screen by accident. All right. So
I know
I'm going to call it a night. Thank you.
Good night, Nancy. Thank you.
Nice hanging out with you all.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do it again.
For sure.
Bye.
Oh, Miss Jane, don't pass out.
I told her to stop. Calm down. You just made her day, Judy. You seriously did. She's jumping for joy. I can tell you without even seeing her.
I'll put my email in there right quick, and you can jot it down, then I'll remove it. And just shoot me your address, and I will send it to you. Yep. And Dana, in your box, I put you some of those sheet protectors in there for you to put your patterns in and be able to use a dry erase marker on too. I don't know how many it is. I just grabbed some out of the box. Yeah, I got to get all this other stuff finished, packaged, and get it sent out.
I got my first giveaway sent out yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't leave my house very often anymore because it's just too darn cold. But I got my first giveaway sent out yesterday. So almost at 200, I think we might have to do another giveaway.
Did you get my email address, Nancy? I mean, Jane? No, I actually got these on clearance at Michael's. That's why I have so many of them. They were like, they had them marked down to like $2 and something.
Oh,
so that's why I have so many of the bobbins.
We had the original price was like $14.99, and I paid 50% off. So I think I paid $7.99. I think for my bobbins, but it was cheaper than the original price, so I took it.
Jane, did you get my email address so I can? Okay, I'm fixing to delete it. Yeah, it was. I wasn't paying $10 for them either, because when I first went, they had just a few selection of the colors, and a lot of the bobbins were already messed up.
Yeah,
they were all falling apart, and the yarn was strewed everywhere and everything. And I told one lady that worked in there, I said, y'all need to do better with the yarn. Y'all need to protect it like you would your child.
If you expect to sell it to somebody who loves yarn, take care of it, or we ain't gonna buy it. However,
and my Michael's is bad. That skein will look like it's been through a hurricane, and they'll still, and the ball band may be gone. They'll have a piece of paper wrote on there with the SKU number, not what it is or anything, just the SKU number, and it'll still be the same price.
Yep. Yep. On that note, I actually found out, my husband told me today, he goes, yeah, Mom contacted me. She's got free yarn for you. And I just went, wahoo, free yarn.
Now, what I was going to say earlier, you see a lot of these people doing these videos where their neighbor gives them all this yarn, and or they go to this estate sale and they've got all this yarn that they got. And I'm like, where is that at in my neighborhood?
I ended up getting a huge deal. Like, we have a city place called Kijiji.com, so it just sells like within the city or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I know it expands, but from what I know. And this one lady had 3 of the Bernat blanket, like full balls, at least 6 cakes, and probably 20 skeins of the Vanna White plus. I paid $45.
Mm.
And then on top of it, 2 of the skeins were actually recalled. So I got paid $16 to chop them up.
Wow. I wanted to show Dana. The box you're getting, Dana, is going to be this size.
Oh my God. I want it.
Your box is going to be that size that you get. Because you're getting more than just the shawl and ball yarn. Thank you, Robin. Have a good night. We don't have any decent yarn stores unless I drive 45 minutes to Hobby Lobby, and that's about it. Maybe Ollie's. Now, Ollie's and Prattville had that the Red Heart with Love yarn, metallic. I was able to get some of that, and it was $1.99 a skein. Got it in white, pink, green, and 2 gray colors, a light gray and a dark gray. So I did get some of that. I already had the purple.
I gotta go wake the husband up. His alarm clock's going off.
Okay.
Not for long, but we'll see how long it takes him to get out of bed. So
All right,
night, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Will do. Bye.
You was the queen of dead people's yarn. Every day there were boxes of yarn in front of my house. Woo! I don't know about that one. Kind of scary. I would have loved to have got some of my grandmother's yarn that she had, because some of it would have been some that I even crocheted with. But I do have some of her hooks, though. Now, Crystal, where are you? Well, see, my problem is now I have people around me that uses yarn, because I have found, and just recently found this out about a couple of weeks ago, that one of my neighbor next door to me, well, she's not actually next door, she's down the road. She crochets, and she's also a nurse. Smithfield, Tennessee. I have to drive about 40, it's about 40-minute drive from my house to get to Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Now, if I want to go to Joann's, I have to drive further. I have to drive about 60 miles to go to Joann's. That's why I don't go to Joann's too often. I do try to look online from time to time to see what they actually have. I got to get my crochet magazine out and try to figure out what setting the Crochet Nurse is going to be making. out of that. They're doing, SETA has a giveaway going on in collaboration with the Crochet Nurse, the Crochet World, the Crochet Magazine. And I have it. I just got to find it. And you got to guess what they're going to make. There was a Joann's in Cookeville, but it closed. Now, Smithville on the east side of Tennessee, or what is Smithville close to? Big city close. What big city is Smithville close to? Is that over on the Chattanooga side or the Memphis, Nashville area? Oh, you welcome, Miss Jane. You still here, Brenda? Okay. You crocheting? Finishing up your beach cover up? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with that area with running the trucks. But that's what I was going to say. We have a driver that leased his truck on with us, and he just lost his father Friday from COVID. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. I will be glad when they get it under control. Oh, you working on a test for Reggie of J Hook? Okay. I'll have to watch for that to come out. Dana, how do I do the application to be a tester for you? I know you said something last time about an application, but I could never find one. Oh, Brenda, that bread looks good. You done put on Instagram. Bread is ready. Yeah, I will too when most are vaccinated. I'm honestly scared to take the vaccination. Yeah. And he was 65. Is that keto bread, Brenda? Ooh, look at all those seasonings in it. I'm blowing the picture up. Look like poppy seeds. I've never been brave enough to try to bake bread. Well, welcome in, Sylvia Olivo. How are you tonight? Nancy said her eldest son had the vaccine already, and her other sons have appointments for the vaccine. Flaxseed bread, keto friendly. It looks good. Looks real good. So warm like a flu shot, yeah. Okay, Dana. Oh, you made bread on a bread machine multiple times and Joe was hooked for a while. Bread is one of my weaknesses. And what I had for supper tonight, tuna fish sandwiches. I made my mama's recipe. I didn't put the pimentas in it, but I put the apples in it. I'm kind of scared to take the vaccination. I hear it do a lot of people good. My dad took it and he did good on the first vaccine, but when he got the second one, it knocked him down for a couple of days. He felt like death, he said. But I don't know. I was watching the news this morning as I was listening to it when I was getting ready, and they was talking about some of the symptoms that people had. And my husband swears up and down I had it. And he says I need to go have the antibodies ran, but I don't think I did. But this girl was down in the bed, didn't want to do nothing or anything like that. She said she never lost her taste or smell or anything, but she did say everything she smelt burnt. I never had that. And she had problems finishing sentences and stuff. I bet it is, Brenda. That's good, Lori. I'm glad. It's going to soon become a vaccination just like the flu and pneumonia vaccine, which I don't take neither one of them either. Even when I was nursing, I didn't take them. I took the flu vaccination one time, and within a couple of days of taking the vaccination, I was sick as a puppy. And I was down for about a week. But I never said it was the flu vaccination, because what they do is they create the flu vaccination is created based on what type of flu they think is going to be for that season. And then it turns out to be different strands of the flu vaccine, of the flu virus. So the flu vaccine does not cover every flu during flu season. And I've never taken the pneumonia vaccination, which we could have took both, being that I worked in nursing homes, so I could have got both of them. You took the Moderna. Now the Moderna one of the pharmacy companies is going to be working with another one now. They've actually I've never been happy to have asthma before. Yeah, keep us updated, Lori, and let us know how it goes. I mean, I guess some people are just going to react different to it, because, I mean, some people have a reaction to the flu and pneumonia vaccination. I know one of them you can't get if you're allergic to eggs. I think it's the pneumonia vaccination. If you're allergic to eggs, you can't take it. Right, Lori. Johnson & Johnson with Merck to produce the J&J formula. Everybody that I've talked to in chats that have had it, people around me that have taken it, they've done good. I know my neighbor down the road that's a nurse, she took it. Now the second vaccine did knock her down. She had to stay off work for a couple of days. But she did also test positive for COVID one time too. But she had no symptoms. And she did her 14-day quarantine at home. Crystal, you would think that it would, but these viruses have a mind of their own, and they have learned how to mutate, which is why we're dealing with multiple COVID viruses now, because they learn to mutate against the vaccinations that are being given and protect themselves. It's weird, I know. And that's what makes it so hard, is it's a virus, and you cannot treat a virus with antibiotics. Normally with a virus, the only thing you can do is treat the symptoms and let it run its course. That's it. The first dose of shingle shot knocked you out for 3 days. Yeah. Okay, Marshall. I'll take a look at that. Like I said, I made everything. I made my Instagram private. I got you. Just took care of that, Marshall. Because I know Granny D got hacked on Instagram. Several other people got hacked. And then I was getting all these, and that's how I knew they had been hacked, because I was getting these weird video request things from them, or picture requests. And I always message that person and ask. Yes, Crystal, that is why you MRSA, MRSA is what they call it. That's why that bacterial infection became so bad, because if you went to a doctor for a cold, they gave you a Z-Pack. If you went to the doctor for a sore fingernail, they gave you a Z-Pack. Healthcare now is all about making the pharmacies rich and the doctors getting a cut off of it. That's what it's all about. And the government warned everybody that they was only going to be creating a super bug that they would not be able to get rid of. So, yeah, Lori, that would be good. Yeah, with your mom being in hospice, and if you get the vaccine, then you can spend more time with her. Exactly. But then again, you got to be safe with that too, because people that's actually taking the vaccination has gotten COVID again. So that's why I'm hesitant on getting the vaccination. But that's where they created that big old super bug called MRSA. That's very hard to treat. And the routine is that you get a sample. Like MRSA can cause sores. It enters, everybody has, and another term for it is staph. Everybody has staph. It's in your nose. I found this out working at the nursing home, because every resident that's admitted into the nursing home from a hospital gets a staph test done, and they do it through the nose. But And on my research of that, I'm like, why would they do that? And on my research of it, that is why. Because everybody carries staph in their nose. It lays dormant. And it only becomes a problem when it becomes active. So, but it can enter wounds on your body, and which then will create a sore, and it can also get into your bloodstream. And they have to draw your blood and send it off and have it and see if yeah, see what antibiotic would kill it. But they done started you on 2 or 3, done started you on several antibiotics before they get the culture back. Yeah, Crystal, it is. It's hell. Yep, with impregnated galls. That's right. I knew a lady that had it on hers, on one of her breasts too, and she kept going and having it lanced and having it lanced and having it lanced. And her and her husband was actually leased on to us, and she rode with him. And I finally told her, you need to tell that doctor he needs to have it cultured. They just kept giving her antibiotic after antibiotic. I guess as long as your insurance pays for it, you know, they really don't care. Yeah. I'm just scared to take it because of some of the things that have happened to some people, but you gotta, and then how much coverage is it really giving you if people who are taking the vaccinations are turning around getting COVID again? I guess it just depends on the person, because if you take the vaccination, that don't mean go out in public without a mask on, or, you know. Right. Yeah, sometimes you have to be, and I tell people all the time, that doctor don't work for you, you work for him. I mean, you don't work for the doctor, he works for you. And you sometimes as a patient have to tell them what they need to do. If I go to the hospital or to the doctor with some of my family members, I just sit back and I watch. I don't let them know that I know what's going on. I don't let them know that I'm a nurse until I need to. If I see them fitting to do something that's not right, I'm going to speak up. I tell everybody, I don't care how good you think your hospital is, if you have to go, well, now can't nobody go with you, but if you have to go to the hospital, make sure you take someone with you. I wonder how long this virus has been out, because I know of a lot of people prior to the months, a couple of months before they even mentioned anything about COVID, that had died from some form of pneumonia that they had never even seen or heard of, and that they could not treat. So, and I've had a lot of their family members say that they really believe that it was COVID then. So I wonder how long it's been around. Don't know. And Lori, you probably right, because I think that's when one of my neighbor's husband passed away, was sometime around that area, and that's what it was, some form of pneumonia that they could not get rid of. Right. Well, on Lysol cans they had that it treats COVID virus. And that was on there before we even knew anything about COVID. So, right, how long has it been around? Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Marshall. Right. I mean, it's not even safe to go to the hospitals now. My youngest son is sick now, and he went to the hospital Sunday. They said he has bronchitis, but they did treat him. They did test him for COVID, and we're just waiting on the results of it to come back. They sent his off instead of doing the rapid. I'm hoping it's just bronchitis. He does smoke, so it could be bronchitis. Hey, Miss Carrie, the Yarny Elephant, how are you? Now, my grandbaby just went back to school February, the middle part of February. February the 17th, I think, is when they went back to actual school. And they get their temperature taken every day before they enter the school. And if they got a fever, they never enter the school. Yeah. Meningitis is bad. They thought my oldest son may have had it when he was 2 weeks old. They did the spinal tap and everything on him because he kept running a really, really high fever that they couldn't get to break. They put him in the hospital and everything, and put him on antibiotics. They never really found out what was wrong with him, but his spinal tap came back negative for meningitis. But I think the antibiotics that they put him on caused him to be deaf in one ear. Because when he turned 5, we found out he was deaf in one ear. And no one in my family is deaf, and none of my other children are deaf, and no one on his father's side is deaf. So we're thinking it was the antibiotic that they gave him when he was 2 weeks old that did it. Ours was shut down. Ours shut down right before Thanksgiving and did not go back until February the 17th. And then I heard on the news this morning that our governor, Kay Ivey, is thinking about extending the mask, the mandatory mask and stuff for I think through the end of April, which I expect. You're right, Crystal. It could have been the spinal tap hitting a nerve to his ear. You're right. Our cases really went up last year around from Easter all the way through July, because these folks around here, they were still gathering at Easter, and then you had Memorial Day weekend, then you had the 4th of July, then you had Labor Day. Yeah. And the numbers across Alabama really, really went up during that time period. Because these folks in Alabama, they're going to do what they want to do. Unless you can write them a ticket and force them to do it, they're not going to do it. I wear mine, and it's amazing. I see all these people in Walmart and other places, and kids at all. Well, hello, Crystal with Ricola's Crochet Corner. How are you? Dana, y'all had it last Easter? Y'all had the COVID? Yeah, Tennessee has kept high numbers. One of my friends from back home in Louisiana, she's a RN and she does travel nursing. She's actually gone to New Jersey when they had their highest cases and worked, and she went to Tennessee, up around the Nashville area when they had that big spike not too long ago, 3 or 4 months ago. She went up there and worked, and she's been to El Paso, Texas. She's even had to do some in Louisiana. You just got home from work. Yeah, I watched your video the other day where you said you was working more hours. See, I couldn't work at Michael's because they'd just have to keep my whole paycheck. They would have to keep my entire paycheck. I'd come home every night with y'all. Or I'd been started some other craft. I thought about doing my I thought about doing it, starting some cross stitch back up. I don't know if my eyesight will let me do it though. The lady who gave it to us passed within 24 hours of having it. I thank God we made it. Me, Joe, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and brother-in-law. They were hospitalized. Me and Joe quarantined at home. Sorry to hear that about the lady, but thank God all y'all made it. The jailbait and outbreak here. So for a week, my small county had the highest numbers. Yeah. And see, that's the thing with us here in Selma. We're a small county. Well, we're not a small county, but we don't have that many people in Selma. And our numbers were too high for the amount of people. Dana, did y'all have symptoms or? See, Dana, that's my problem. I don't have a cross stitch kit. I have just the Aida cloth and the yarn, the thread and a book. I love cross stitching. I used to do it all the time. I actually was doing more cross stitching than I was crocheting. When my grandmother who taught me how to crochet passed, I just, part of that went with her. And then I said, nope, she taught me. I'm going to keep it going and I'm going to honor her. And now when I crochet, I feel like she's sitting right there next to me. And we're crocheting together. And sometimes it feels like I can hear like, now you don't need to be doing that. Y'all had every symptom they mentioned. Oh, Brother Joe thought he was going to die. He was getting things in order. Well, I'm so glad that God knows it's not his time and he still got stuff to do here on this earth. Oh, yeah, Ricola, that's right. Crystal, because you said your daughter, someone at her school tested positive. So, well, it is good that she tested negative. I went and got tested and mine was negative. Well, hey, Kim Knight. If you just now coming in, welcome. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's why I say if you can go to the hospital or wherever with your people, go. Yes. Dana, I'm so glad y'all pulled through all that. And your mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law. Okay, Kim. I wanted to make sure I didn't want to miss nobody. But yeah, that's why in that video I did that time about the nursing home and stuff. They don't. What, Kay? They should have. See, they should have closed that school. His classroom should have been closed for 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, see, that's what happened with my neighbor. They were all getting tested. And then they all got tested one day. She said the only symptom she had was her throat hurt. And she said it was a soreness to her throat that wasn't a normal soreness. And it prompted her to get tested, and she tested positive. And she said that was the only symptom she ever had was her sore throat. You know, they did that at my granddaughter's school too. Couple of kids, they call them pods now. A couple of kids in her pod tested positive, and they didn't shut the school down. They didn't close her classroom up either. But my daughter pulled her out of school and kept her at home for 2 weeks and had her tested. Right. Dana, what you congratulating the Yarny Elephant on? Okay, Kim, thank you for stopping by, though. I hope your tummy feels better. We hate them upset tummies. What helps mine is if I chew 2 Pepsids. Right, one send one home. Just right. Well, I don't understand why my granddaughter's going back to school because her bus driver is her substitute teacher and her primary teacher is teaching virtual from home. So they're still doing virtual just in a classroom setting. I don't. What it all boils down to is money. They got to have these kids sitting in a seat at the actual school in order to get the funds that they want from the federal government. I just tell it how it is. That's just like, I don't know how it is in y'all states, but in Alabama, it wasn't mandatory that children attend kindergarten. They just passed a law here in Alabama that is mandatory now for the kids to go to kindergarten. And they have to be first grade ready. We have 3 classes at our school that are shut down for 2 weeks. Right. If you got 3 classes at one school shut down, why not just shut the whole school back down? Okay, that's how this virus continues to spread, Kay, is people are walking around with it that don't know they have it. Come on. Thank you, Kim. Kids were home today for SATs except juniors. Right. And that's another thing. They want the schools open up, but the teachers hadn't been approved to get the vaccinations. Right, it is, Ricola. It's a money thing. Because used to, you had to fill out a lunch form And based on your income or whatever, you either got free lunches or you had to pay for lunch and breakfast, whatever your children ate. Well, we always had to pay for our kids' lunches. And now every child in the school, regardless of income, gets free lunches in Alabama. Where do you think the schools get the money to buy the food from? Federal government. Yeah, it's sad. Right. I love to cross stitch in my, as you can see, I'm wearing glasses now. I don't have to switch my glasses no more in order to see the computer. I switched eye doctors and found out my old glasses were, which these are bifocals too, but they're the no-line bifocals. They're the progressive lens. And me trying to save money, I really didn't care if people could tell I was wearing bifocals because it is what it is, and I really don't care what other people think. But I couldn't see my computer with them. And I went to another eye doctor, which I'm glad I did because he gave me some news that I really didn't care to get, but I got it and now I have to deal with it. And he made a joke. He said, you're not going to see your computer with your glasses that you have on now because they're the bifocals with the line. And when you're looking, it's distorting your vision. You need progressive lens. I said, okay. And then he said, your eyes are awful dry. Do you use eye drops? I said, no. I don't have a problem crying. I'll cry at the drop of a hat. He said, it don't matter how quick you can cry. Your eyes are dry. You need to put drops in them. So he gave me a little box of drops for my eyes. And then he said, well, has anybody ever told you have a freckle on the back of your left eye? I said, no. He said, oh, you come to me and I tell you everything wrong. You ready to go back to your other eye doctor now, aren't you? I said, no, I'm not. I said, because let me know what's wrong with me. We don't know how long it's been there. They're called a nevus or a freckle. He said it's just like a mole that you have on your body. But it's on the back of my left eye. And I hate that the other doctor never picked it up because I don't know how long it's been there. He said he has known them to turn cancerous, but they're not likely to. So he's just going to keep an eye on it right now. So I'll keep going to this doctor. He's a little more expensive, and I don't have vision insurance, but I don't mind paying more if I'm going to get the truth about my vision. So I found out I got a freckle on the back of my left eye. And I go back in 6 months and he's going to check it. Because he put some eye drops in my eyes that stung and turned my tears yellow. Ricola, that's it. It's just what he said it is. It's a freckle, a mole that's like on your body, and that's all it's gonna be. And I'll keep wearing my glasses. And I'll keep putting my drops in my eyes. Wow. Now I know during the time that the schools were closed here, yeah, it's I never heard of it either, but it's called, the medical term for it is a nevus, Nevus. But he referred to it as a freckle. And he found it by putting those those eye drops in my eyes that stung, and taking that disc thing with his light and shining. They say when they do that, they can actually see behind your eyes. So all my kids wear glasses. Every last one of them. So I let them know about it, because we don't. They said a lot of times it is hereditary. I know my mom and dad does, but the only thing my dad had was cataracts that he had removed. And mom just wore glasses, as far as I know. And the only cancer that I know of that actually runs in our family is skin cancer. Right, Lori. Right. I like that. Your eyes have so much experience, they think they can see two ways. Now we're going to change out your lenses, let them think they won't. They won, but let you see when I got progressive. Okay, you have a freckle in your eye too? Can you actually see your freckle? Is it on your ball of your eye, or is it behind? Mine is actually behind my eye. Okay, Ricola, thank you for stopping by. Mine's on my left one. I can't feel it. I don't know that I didn't know it was there. I think that's the most scariest part is him finding it and not knowing if it's something new that's popped up, or has it always been there? No one's never said nothing. I think the internet said, when I looked it up, maybe 1 in 10,000 people that are diagnosed with it becomes cancerous. So 1 in 10,000, which is pretty good to me. But yeah, as far as I know, that's the only cancer that runs in our family. Well, I take that back, because my aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer. But I know it wasn't nobody but God with her, because she had gotten out the shower and noticed that her nipples was bleeding. And she went to the doctor, and it was just in her areola of her breast. And they removed both of those. So it had not, they couldn't even stage it. So she called, and that was good, because normally when something like that happens and you see blood, it's usually too far gone that they can't do anything about it. And she was probably in her late 60s when that happened. That and skin cancer. My grandfather had a spot on his nose. And I try not to be in the sun like that. So hopefully I'll be protected with that. Dana, you fixing to go live, aren't you? I think Dana and Joe are fixing to go live. Let me find their link. I kind of got a little upset. Dana, you want to drop your link right quick and we can come over to y'all's house? We can do a butterfly raid and fly right on over to y'all's house. But yeah, I was petrified. Now, when I got out, that's how I know my tears was yellow. Because when I got out to the car, um, I had my appointment was that morning, and it was close to 12 by the time I got out of there, and I hadn't ate anything. And it was a convenience store down the road that cooks home cooked food. And I went down there and got me a plate and went and sat in the Winn-Dixie parking lot and was eating and called my husband, and I boo-hooed. And when I picked the napkin up to wipe my tears, it was yellow. And I told him, I said, I'm crying yellow tears. But after that, I prayed, and I'm okay. It'll either still be there when I go back, or gotta be done removed it. Let me find Dana Joe's link and paste it, if my computer will let me. And we're going to get off of mine, and we're going to go see them over at their house. Next week, for those that just now coming in or haven't been here all night, I will be doing my 1 year podiversary next week. Actually, my 1 year will be March the 4th, but I'm letting Priscilla get hers out of the way, because that's when she's picking the winners for hers. So I'm gonna let her get her hers out of the way. Why is it not showing up in my... Yeah. But I'm fine now. I found it, y'all. And my internet, even on my phone, is AT&T, and it's still... my internet, even on my phone, it still is not any good. That is the link to Dana and Joe's. It should be popping up. I did it from my phone. There it is. Let's click on that and go over there and raid them. I will see y'all again. Well, I'm doing some videos, so they'll be coming out in the next day or two. And I will be back live next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I will talk to y'all then. Y'all have a good night, and thank y'all so much for being here with me. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.